My name is Sam Smith. I'm from the United Kingdom. Rocaberti has been such a fantastic experience. I've really enjoyed this week and I would love to do it again. The group mentoring classes have been very good because it's really about working through your screenplay, making it better, and having the absolute expertise of your mentor to really work through things and actually look at them in detail and what's it like now and what could it become. And that's both on the macro and the micro. It could be a total overhaul of the script. It could be looking at certain scenes to see can they be made more compelling. But by having that group dynamic, you get to have the input of not just the mentor, but all the other mentees as well. I think the act of coming to a castle in France has been, well, first of all, it's been exciting in its own right, and I don't think we can exclude that. But I think it's the act of the retreat, of being away from your everyday life and really being able to focus on something that you really love, free from the distractions of the everyday and your normal life. What I've particularly loved about being here in France at this castle is just the beauty of it. That in itself has been very conducive to creating and thinking and reflecting. It's also been the act of not just me being at the castle, but everybody who's been here at the castle, because there's so many different people who have input and can take perspectives, different perspectives on things. That ranges. Some things can just be a chat where you get a thought that had never occurred to you before. It's inspiration. Others can be very practical help, and that can be from someone saying, oh, I like the sound of this, let's have a bit of a chat, through to the more structured aspects such as lectures on getting an agent or a manager, as well as the sort of more tools of screenwriting and lectures on that as well, in terms of, for example, structure. When I say lectures, it's the wrong word because it doesn't feel like there's a hierarchy here because it's a very informal setting. It's a great social time as well. You do have a dinner, then in practice goes on throughout the rest of the evening. So the dinner segues into a talk after, segues into general socialising. But also the act of us all being together in the same space means you can stay up late because you're not worried about travel plans and going back to a different life or a normal life. You're here and it's all on tap. If I were talking to someone who was thinking about coming to Rocaberti, what I would say to them is, if you don't do it, you won't actually know what you're missing out on. Because once you come, you will just find and discover for yourself what that experience is and how much is in that experience and all the different facets of it. And if you don't do it, you will live in ignorance. And maybe that's fair enough, but you'll never know what you're missing out on.